Lord, I ask that you purify my lips, that my words may be pleasing to you. Lord, I ask that you sanctify my thoughts, that I may speak life, not condemnation. Women of St. Lucia, especially the women of Rosalie, I salute you this evening. Honorable Prime Minister, Dr. Kennedy Anthony, Sir Julian Hunt, Sir Vaughan Lewis, our guest speaker, Mrs. De Turville, Dr. Virginia Albert, Sister Alvina Reynolds, and I want to salute in a very special way Mr. Corbinier. Can you stand up, please? Ladies and gentlemen, sisters, a champion of labor. I also want to recognize the Mayor for Castries, Mrs. Shirley Lewis. I want to recognize Senator Tobia. I recognize the Queen of Lafayette, Sister Julia Matre. And I recognize every woman of Rosalie this evening. Tonight, I'm very happy and proud to be addressing you on an SLP Women platform in the heart of Rosalie. As we continue the celebration of the role of women and the achievement of our women throughout St. Lucia, including Rosalie, I stand tall in our joy and steadfast in our commitment to continue to be the voice for the voiceless and the voice for the dispossessed. So you may ask yourself this evening, why should we celebrate and whom should we celebrate? Brothers and sisters, we should celebrate our women because day after day they put themselves to the limit in their roles as mothers, single parents, managers, leaders, social workers, vendors, home caregivers, teachers, nurses, policewomen, to name a few. There's a saying that beautiful women draw strength from their troubles. They smile during distress, and they grow stronger with prayers and hope. I believe, brothers and sisters, that this definition meets the definition for the St. Lucian woman. So tonight I salute all of you ladies present here for your strength, your patience, your perseverance, your courage, your endurance, your resilience, and your faith. Only Tuesday this week, I had the great pleasure to honor some 18 women of Rosalie for their contribution to society and the development. And I will take a moment to name some of those women because they are the women that you deal with and interact with every day. Augusta Eiffel for education, Lyra Pascal for education, Simonia June Morrill for the catering services, Jeanette Nicholas of Jeanette Restaurants, Mary Lewis for the tourism sector, Gloria Khan Graham for health and wellness and pastoral work, Mrs. Hilaire of Superior Fish for business, Jacqueline Austin for business, Mrs. Mauricia Thomas Francis, her contribution to banking, Cheryl Skeet for her contribution to the tourism sector, Margaret Daisy for her contribution to the manufacturing sector, Margaret Moplezi for her contribution to the manufacturing sector, Waltrud Patrick of Bay Gardens for her contribution to tourism, Daphne Hippolyte for her contribution to community work, and Mrs. Sylvia Kadas of Manning's Bakery for her contribution to the baking sector. Ladies and gentlemen, by honoring these ladies, we were creating an example for the rest of the community to follow, especially our young women. By honoring them, we were emphasizing that the community service is important and that entrepreneurship is important. By honoring them, we are signaling to you out there that you can be an agent for change. You can become a community leader. You can make the change that you want to see. So tonight, as your parliamentary representative, I honor every woman of Rosalie who's working very hard to ensure progress in the constituency and by extension, St. Lucia. As a woman, I am extremely elated and proud that the government of the St. Lucia Labour Party has again placed women at the top of our national honors. We have now our first national dame, our national knighthood in the person of Dame Lawrence Laurent, a lady who has contributed greatly to the development of our youth through education. Tuesday evening, she told us that although she was just over 5 feet tall, she now feels over 7 feet tall. This, brothers and sisters, is respect. But this record is the envy of those on the other side. The recent record of the United Workers' Party is one of disrespect for women among the ranks, and by extension, disrespect for the women of St. Lucia. I have been asked to speak on women in industry, but this is a large number. But I want to draw your attention that last Saturday, the St. Lucia Manufacturers Association, in its award ceremony, honored many of our manufacturers. But I invite you to the Voice of Tuesday, where, and give me a moment, where it carries the results of the SMA Quality Awards. And I will just pick up a few. Paula Cauldron of Caribbean Onions. Her company received several Diamond Awards. Margaret Moplezi of St. Lucia Distillers. Several Diamond Awards. Pauline Gomez of Topstone. Several awards. Margaret Daisy, Harris Paint, several awards. And I want to turn to tell you that within that same newspaper, the Ministry of Commerce took time out this year to recognize some 45 women of business and industry. So this evening, and I will take a moment to call just a few of these names. Dr. Gilberto St. Rose of Eden Herbs, Martha Mason of Ebenezer Foam, Frances Severin for Frances Rubb. We recognize Efelina Lancico of St. Rose Creole Delights. We recognize Rose Lascaris of Rafati Intimates. And we recognize Stephanie Alain of Lubico. Ladies and gentlemen, this is just an indication that we as women contribute significantly to the growth and development of our society and our country. So I will end here in terms of focusing on our women in industry. But let us take a minute and bring you back to where we were some 5 years ago when I first addressed you on this platform. I remember telling you that I was happy to be part of a team of men and women of the St. Lucia Labour Party who are committed to serving you. Men and women who are putting the business of the people of St. Lucia before their personal interests. Men and women who will be putting your interests and that of your family before our personal interests. So tonight, almost 5 years later, I stand here and reaffirm that position. I want to tell you, brothers and sisters, that the men and women of the St. Lucia Labour Party, in whom you have placed your trust, have remained focused on serving their respective constituents, and by extension, the people of St. Lucia. We have not shirked our responsibility, nor have we flinched from the battle that you have placed us in. As for me, Ngozile, I have remained steadfast in my call to serve you, a task that I have accepted with great humility and have executed with much vigor, much to the envy of those on the other side. Brothers and sisters, I want to remind you that the St. Lucia Labour Party government has provided several programs to address the plight of women. Take the SMILES program, for example, administered by the NDC. In the year 2014, government spent over $1 million in the SMILES program. Some 200 single mothers were trained. I have been informed that about 120 of those persons are now at work. In 2015, with an expenditure of some $500,000, some 170 single mothers graduated from the SMILES program. NSDC also has a program called WEEP, where government partnered with UNESCO to train women for empowerment. In December, some 32 women graduated from the program, and I have been informed out of the 32, 12 of them have now at work. 12 in the massage therapy area and 2 as general maintenance workers. Brothers and sisters, all of these programs ensure gender parity. It establishes a level playing field for the rich and poor. It also gives St. Lucian students access to knowledge and technology when compared to any child anywhere in the development world. Under the NICE program, brothers and sisters, governments have continued to employ our women. Some 121 persons in the Grosile constituency have benefited from that program. 68 of them are women, and they are right at the front. Brothers and sisters, all of this is a hallmark of a government who cares, a government with a conscience, a government concerned about the welfare of women. I also want to remind you, brothers and sisters, that despite what you heard from Gail yesterday on the television, that your government, the government of the St. Lucia Labour Party, continues to subsidize rice, flour, and sugar. The subsidy for the year 2013-2014 was over $5 million. And the subsidy for 2014-2015 is just under $5 million. So I want to tell you that when you hear these negative vibes from Gail, you need to question. You need to question the intention. You need to question her intention. I need to remind you that for every 20-pound cylinder that you purchase, the government of the St. Lucia Labour Party continue to subsidize your cooking gas. As a woman, I came on this platform and told you that I was honest, hardworking, and God-fearing. That was 5 years ago. Nothing has changed. Nothing has changed, brothers and sisters. The video here, presented on the screen, would give you an indication of the work that we have done. In the area of sports, youth entrepreneurship, roads and drainage construction, construction of multi-purpose court in Rivière-Mitan, opening of HRDC at Grand Rivière, training of unemployed youth, training of youth for the yachting sector, providing hampers to the elderly and the less fortunate. All of these, ladies and gentlemen, is the service that you call me to do. But before I go, I want to remind you that the United Workers' Party has presented us with 9 years of disunity. And I want to remind you that a house that is united cannot stand. A house that is divided cannot stand. I want to remind you that during 2007, the disunity within the party led to the demise of the party leader, Sir John Compton. I want to remind you that from 4 years out in opposition, and then under the leadership of Alan Chasney, all we have seen within the United Workers' Party is division and disunity. So I want to remind you, brothers and sisters, that we cannot allow this unity to be given an opportunity to run this country. I want to repeat this, brothers and sisters. All we have seen from the opposite side is division and disunity. So I am calling on you this evening. I am calling on you this evening to pay attention. In this country, we have made significant strides. And I'm calling on you to assist us to continue with these strides. And the only way you can assist us is in the next coming election to vote for the St. Lucia Labour Party. I want to remind you that in Gozile, we have made significant strides. And this evening, I'm asking you, as my final statement, to keep Emma in Gozile. I am also asking that you keep Gozile with Labour. So with these few words, I want to thank you for the support that you have provided to me, and I want to pledge that I want to pledge that I continue to commit to serving you and to empowering women day after day as I walk the streets of this great constituency. I thank you.